Hello, welcome everyone to the xsinick show. How's it going? Welcome back, and we're about to jump back into 3D Code and Blender and get some of that character that we had in the last video all done up. We're gonna do some texturing, some materials on him, and we're gonna see how far we could push it with him without me totally retopologizing the entire thing. So I ran into some issues if you look at the last video. So some of the issues I ran into was like, when I was trying to transfer the textures onto the low polygon model generated model, like there was like things that was screwing up with the texture, right? So I was able to figure that out. And what happened there is I was thinking about it too much. I was doing too much for the software. What I needed to do is just select each element and just have it bake it, and then boom, everything worked out perfectly. So you'll see I did that after the stream. I was like, why is this screwing up? It's because of user error because of my error. So 3D Code is amazing, and there's a little quirky here and there, but it is understandably you got to keep track of different things when you're doing stuff in any software, right? Even when you're baking in Blender, you got to select what you want the bake to come from first, and then you select what you want to bake to after, secondly, right? So it's same thing with 3D Code. You gotta make sure all the materials and the UVs are named properly and all that. So I'll show you guys a little bit of that. I'll also show you guys how to do some hand guided retopo, and then we're gonna jump into actually creating materials for it and texturing it. It looks really good right now, and I got a little flustered, but it all worked out. So let's go right to it. I just want to say, hey, Merry Christmas to everyone out there. How's it going? I hope your day is going really well. Let's jump right into doing some of this 3D. And hey, feel free to jump in here and cause chaos with me, and keep my mind going and that kind of thing. I'll see you guys in a minute. Let's get right to it. Creating bad guys in 3D Code. I can't wait till we start doing some good guys too. Some more character creation, right? It'd be pretty cool. Yeah, how's it going? How's it going with you today? How's it going, xsinick? We haven't heard from her. Okay, there you go. She speaks a little Japanese. Okay, guys, let's get right to this. Okay, so here we are in 3D Code. So before I remember it was screwing up, so I figured it like after the stream, like I did one thing and everything worked. And that's what happens when you do this kind of stuff, right? It's all good. We're all learning here together. So it's loading up the model right now. Here we go, it's loading up. Now, understandably, this is a big file because there's like textures in here, and there's like sculpted meshes with like bazillion polygons, like over a million or so polygons. I mean, more than a million. It's probably like something like 24 or something. I'm not sure. I could take a look as soon as it loads up. So yeah, the process totally worked. I was holding on. I was doing too much, right? So as I got myself out of the way, and I let the software do its thing, and everything worked out. So we're letting it load up all the textures. It's loading up the textures I put together. It's loading up the model. And if you want, you could always save a version where there's no heavy model in here, and it's just the optimized texture model, which is even better for the file opening up really quickly. So we could do things like that, and then export it to Blender, and we're going to add some quick bones and pose this guy, and that's going to be fun, right? Okay, xsinick. All right, guys, let's get to this. It's a loading. Yeah, how's it going, Merlor? How are you doing, my friend?
Hello, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, the Retopo Calamity has ended, that's correct. Angelica Zusha is exactly. Ah! Finally, we get to do some fun stuff. Okay, so it took a little while to load because we have tons of like heavy models in here. So this is the low. So this is what we get, right? So what happened last time, as I said before, you know, I was holding on to it too heavy, and I was like pressing a bunch of stuff I shouldn't be pressing. Greetings and salutations, my friend. You know, yeah, I was doing a lot of stuff that I shouldn't be doing, and it just wanted to be simple. So this is not the high resolution model. This is the low resolution model you're watching right now. I'll show you, prove it. There you go. See the wireframe? I don't know if you could see that. But that's low. This is a low resolution model, and this is all the textures to do with it right here on the side. So because it took a while to load up, let's save a version without the heavy models in here. So let's do that. Let's hide. Let's do that real quick. So when next we go to open and save, it's going to be a lot quicker. And we already have this version. It's looking crisp, right? Exactly. But before we do that, I wanted to show how to actually retopologize guided instead of automatic. So let's hide the low resolution guided mesh here. Let's hide some of these things here. All right, so this is low resolution we're hiding. All right, let's bring up the high resolution. All right, so this is the high resolution sculpt, and I'm gonna make a new poly group. Right, and I'm gonna show how I would go about doing this into perfect quads, right? Because this was something that Milor himself asked about, the quads, and yeah, absolutely. So I would do like the legs in quads. So I like to start simply and then just like expound on it. So let's start simply. Let's come in here and say like I have this one here, and you could make sure like symmetry is on if you like. So whatever you do to one side is happening. So I would start just with the simple shapes as I could. And then we're going to start doing some more guided. Alright, so you start with the first one here. Alright. Let's make sure everything is somewhat okay. Yeah, okay. Alright. I know, let's start to get a little fancy. Let's go into quads here. Right, I like to build up the fanciness. Let's hide this left arm for a minute. Oh, wait a minute, hold on here. Oh, it's polygroups, my bad, sorry. Let's go into side this. Let's hide this left arm. Hey, there we go. So this is just in case. So you go into the retopology room, and then there's an add, right? And then there's quads. You could do either one. And this is how I would build this. Right? And then let's do a little more guided. Let's get this one. So the topology is going to be a lot cleaner if we were to do this. And that's the next thing. If you're working on something and things get a little wonky, sometimes it's good to leave it off and come back again. Alright, and you could on the fly just kind of move these points. So this is how I would start to do the retopology on this. Now let's do some guided stuff. Let's see here. I believe it's strokes. Now I have previous videos with me doing some of this stuff. So let's start from here. Right, and this is what you would see like in Topogun and other, like, you know, I think Blender even has something like this with grease pencil, where you could draw these guided strokes, and 3D Code has even more guided things than this, but this is like the basics, right? So I showed you how to make a polygon using the polygon tool, and now I'm showing you how to do something that's slightly guided. Let's come along here. Yeah, that's not very good there, but that's fine. This is just an example. Right. Do it like where you want the polygons to cross. Something like that. Right, this is just a basic thing, and then you hit enter, and you see that it just builds that. And you could do that along the whole thing. I think you could actually do where you add primitives and that kind of thing. So there's a whole ecosystem to do this kind of stuff in here. You could do cross sections also. So a cross section is like, let's see. Can I do a cross section right now? Let's see. If I go like this, yeah, there you go. See, like there's a cross section. We're using the same strokes tool. So there's ways you could do this to generate really nice. Let's see if we'll just do it like this. Let's press enter. Nope. So it needs something different. Let's do this. Let's do that. So again, if I was to, which most likely I might do at some point, to retopologize this guy using nice clean quads, this is how I would go about doing something like that. I'll use a manual and guided approach and just kind of mix them. Yeah, I agree, man. Like, they really taught this stuff up really good. The developers. Okay, let's press enter. There you go. So see what it did? It kind of built a mesh like that there. And you know, there's a little wacky stuff you could fix. Like maybe this part up here. You could select that and kind of get rid of that. You know, there's little wacky things. It's only because, you know, I'm doing this really quickly, I'm not really paying attention, but you see what I mean. And then you could subdivide this even more, and with the snapping tools you could have everything really snap really tightly together. Anyways, yeah, so this is how you would go about building like a proper quad based leg, you know, a quad based topology. Yeah, those manual building tools are really nice, and it's really interesting to see. Yeah, yep, you're right. Yep, you got shrink wrap too, that's correct. Yep. Reminds me a bit of Topogun. Yep, Topogun. Yep, reflow topo for blend. Yep, all that, man. Yeah. So they have that. A matter of fact, I heard some people who actually like to use ZBrush. They like doing topology in 3D code, and they like doing texture painting. That's the two things they use 3D code for: texture painting and retopology, because it's so quick. There's also a menu that there's a little bit of a slight, I wouldn't call it an AI, but probably an algorithm in here, where you could right click and it'll actually, let me see, I wonder if I could do it here. Let's see. Let's do that let's see if we could get that done really quickly here. I don't want to divert too much. We want to get into the texturing. But just so I did that kind of dumb generated triangle mesh, you could actually come in here, right click, and you could tell it to auto retopo. So there's a menu right here, and in auto retopo it actually tries to guide you through a bunch of menus to get an entire quad mesh, you know. So there's at least like 5 or 6 different ways in here you could get a clean, nice quad mesh. from anything that you model in here, or any model that you bring in from another program like ZBrush or Blender. So they got it on lock. It's just so many options and so many tools that, you know, me as an individual, I don't like to cover all of that, right? So I go for the quickest and the easiest way, because I got other things I got to do. But it's good to know that these things are in here. So if I have to go back and like do his legs better, I could actually do his legs better and that kind of thing. You know, and hopefully, you know, if like the game was to release, we could do like a patch where everything is updated properly because we have enough money to pay people. All right, guys, that's enough of that. Okay, enough exploration. Let's go into the fun stuff, right? So that was just a little guided tour there on doing guided retopology and manual quad based topology here in 3D Code. There's even more of a guided version, but we'll save that for some other time. But for now, let's continue with what we're doing. So I'm going to get rid of that. All right, so let's go back and let's save a version of this so we could start doing some textures. Make the left arm. Actually, I think I'll leave this as is. Let's just hide the topo mesh. Let's go back into Paint. So this is where the fun begins. Okay, so we got a low resolution mesh here. Let's take away that. Okie dokes. I'm going to see if I could organize this so it's a lot clearer to see what's going on. Yep, you're right. Yeah, it's even cool. Yeah, like you got shrink wrap on. Yep, yeah. It automatically clings the mesh onto the model, and you could tell it not to, but. All right, guys. So let's get some real textures on this guy for reals. Okay, so I like to figure out what's going on here in the layers. Let's rip this out. I think this layers has to like take up the entire thing. Yeah, because it's a lot of layers in here. This is more layers than what I'm actually accustomed to using in 3D Code. But we got layers for everything in here. Okay, so what I like to do is to turn off all the layers and just distill it down to the layers that we need. So I don't know what layer 1 is. Let's turn that off. I know normal map, we need that one. I'm turning off the different layers for the different things. So we have a basic model in here. Head. So essentially we could use this base material as a mask, because this is not going to be the final texture. I mean, this is a nice. This texture that I did in here, while I was sculpting, we transferred it here, and you could use this in your game. But to me, this is very basic. So I only use these like green and you know, these different textures on here, like this. What's on here? Only as a mask, right? So I'm gonna go through and just turn a lot of these off. All right, let's focus on the green. Let's get this green part here looking pretty cool. Actually, let's save a version of this because I feel my computer is like the fan is blowing. Let's save as. And we're going to get rid of the high resolution sculpt. Okay, I'm going to call this Warlord A and call this texture. Okay, save this. Okay, so we have a version that's Warlord A, it's saving. And I'm going to get rid of the oh, actually we should okay, it's saved. I just see the name change. So I'm going to get rid of the high resolution sculpts in here. Let's go back to sculpt. Just so that the file wouldn't be, you know, like overly bloated. At this point we don't need any of this right now. Want to see if I could dump that entire thing. Yep, it's being dumped. Dump. Yeah, because this is like, yeah, I think it was like over like 6 billion triangles or something in here. Or 6 billion voxels or something. Okay. Alright, so it's completely dumped and emptied. Let's go. I'm gonna decrease the density on this. Okay, so I'll call this base. Alright, so there's no like heavy sculpt in here. We got rid of it. Let's go into retopo. Retopo is fine. We could keep that all nice and squared away. Did I rename this base to base? Okay, there we go. Alright, we don't need that. Let's go back. It should operate a little bit better without. Let's save again. It should take a little should save a little bit better. Yep, you see that's a little faster. Okay, so got in here. I'm just gonna continue turning off these textures. I think these layers need a lot of cleanup, so we'll clean up as we go. Because it definitely don't need this amount of layers for this guy. But everything is broken out here, so that's why it's like this. Yeah, we're getting back a white model here. Okay, so we have layer 0, which is the base layer. And we have the normal map. Now I want to see if the normal map works, right? So I'm gonna select the normal map, turn it off, and if some of the detail goes away, then we know the normal map is working. Yep, look at that. So some of the detail went away when I turned the normal map off, so that's completely working. Turn it back on, then we get the detail back. So I'm gonna take this normal map and just kind of put him all the way to the base layer here. Okay, so we got a base layer right here. Give it a second. Okay, so normal map is right down there. Okie dokie. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna look for all the layers with just the green on there. We're gonna start with that. I'm just gonna save again. As soon as we start collapsing some of these layers, I'm thinking that you know, everything is going to operate a little bit better. So let's see. I'm going to turn on each layer one by one. Let's just zoom out and make sure you can see the entirety of this guy. I just turned right arm on and there seems to be no noticeable change, so I want to make note of that. Left arm. Okay, there you go. Why wasn't right arm? So this part here is a green part, so we're going to save this part here. Left arm, right arm. There's no change on right arm, so I may want to get rid of that one. Let's check the body out. No noticeable change on the body. Let's turn that off. I'm just gonna dump this under the left arm here. Okay. Let's see, lower left arm, copy. Okay, so all these are part of the gun, I'm thinking. Volume 01. Okay, that's something there. I'm looking for all the green parts. Let's check out this volume here. What is layer 1? Okay, no noticeable change. Warlord base. See what that is. Okay, so we could probably get rid of that. Head. Okay, so this is another green part there. Head copy. Okay, turn that off. Turn that off. Okay, another green part. Something in this green part has to be like some sort of green metal. It can be soft, so maybe certain parts of the legs could be a soft material. Okay, the ammo drum, nope. Oh, where did that pink come from? Let's see. Is it weapon? Oh wow, is that all one? That's weird. It's sharing the same material. Okay, that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to work out. Let's just save that away for now. Okay, we got a chassis part here. Gotta find that arm there. There's a shoulder joint. It's another green part. We got the upper arm right there. I'll take that green part right there. Okay, that starts to turn black. I can't believe this yeah, this weapon actually merged in with this part here, so I'm gonna have to take that and work on this part here somehow. Okay, so I think this is it for all the green parts. Just organizing these so we can merge them together. I think out of all the models I've made, this is the most layers I've ever dealt with in 3D Code. Or in any program. I hate seeing so many layers. I shouldn't say hate. You know, hate is a strong word. I dislike so many layers. Okay, I think we got all the green layers together so far. Yeah, let's start merging these down. So merge up, merge down. Let's merge down. You could also merge visible, but I'm not totally satisfied, you know. Merge down. And for this, you know, we could definitely like separate the layers per material. So like there may be like probably just a handful of like materials in the end. Merge down. I can already feel the software like thanking me for like merging these layers together. Merge down. Okay, and then merge down. Yeah, so that's all the green layers. Now notice that it has this pink stuff happening. So this was some sort of error, like, you know, because I wasn't keeping track. So let's just rename this thing. Let's call this green metal or something like that. Let's call it painted. painted metal diff, like diffuse. It's really the diffuse. You see there's an eraser in here, and I'm going to erase where I screwed up. Turn that off. I'm going to duplicate this and just kind of clean it up. So I'm duplicating this painted metal. So if I hide this one, it should still have one there. Yep. Going on this one, and just going to go through and just kind of clean up. You see, you could do stuff like that, which I think is pretty cool. Maybe make the brush a little smaller so it's not as faded. Still a little bit of a faded edge to it. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see, steady stroke, turn that off. Radius, let's turn the radius to 0. Just kind of clean that. I'm gonna go to a perfectly top view. And let's see if we could continue cleaning this guy up. Not bad. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay, let's go to our front view here. So I'm isolating the gun back out. And this is part of production, right? Sometimes you make mistakes, you do things, you know, you gotta know how to navigate that. At least that's what I've learned. Like it's never like completely straightforward. That's the difference in tutorials, you know, like a tutorial, everything will just be like, they'll just cut out all the bad errors, which is cool because you just want to get straight to the point. But it's also good to see if things screw up, how you would deal with that. You know, this is why people go on forums and stuff like that, you know, to figure out how other people deal with certain things. Okay, so this here is strictly that weapon right there. I'll call it head weapon. Boom! Head weapon diff for diffuse. Alright, hide this. And now I just want to do the inverse, which is to get rid of the pink. It's a lot trickier to get rid of this pink here. Maybe an easier way to do it, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go as I could see. I'm just gonna go. Oh, I got rid of some of it. Okay, I think the rest I might have to paint that out. So let's go in here and let's turn the ignore back facing back on. Just gonna raise the brush up a bit here. Brush radius. Raise up the strength. I definitely wanted to erase. And let's just do that. Right, so it should only erase what I see. And I'm keeping it in isometric mode just to keep things as graphical as possible. Ew, that's kind of yucky. Let's come here and let's choose this here. And let's see if this will, like, This is a lasso. Let's see if the lasso tool or the lasso tool will do a good job also. Just getting rid of that. Wazam, that's not bad. Okay. Yeah, we could go in with the rest with a brush here. Oh no, like I erased some parts there. That's okay. Because using it as a stencil, I could just use a color to fill it back up. It's not a big deal. Let's use this lasso tool again. Okay, I'm gonna fold that back up with some of this painted thing here. So I was gonna come here and there's a picker. Select some of that. Come back here with my brush. We could use the same kind of fill brush thing. I actually don't think that'll work like that. You know what? I need the fill tool. It wants to do a smart material. Let's go back to the brush. I don't know if this will work. Let's see. Okay, so it's working. It's just using. We don't want depth. We don't want glossiness. It's literally just color we want down in there. Depth, smoothing, opacity, 100%. It's okay, because we're actually using this as a mask, so as long as the opacity is coming close to it, it should be fine. Okay. Oops, my bad, it's being projected directly on it. Okay. Redo that again. Okay. to the straight line of this brush. Okay, hopefully I didn't screw anything up too much. Okay, so you're gonna be using that as a mask. There's little bits of stuff in there, but that's fine. All that'll be part of the mask. Okay, we want to turn these things back on here, like so. Alright, let's just save this. See, painted metal. This is head weapon. Okay, let's just drop something on here just to see what this looks like. And plus it's got to generate some other stuff. I just want to make sure that that head part is still separate. Yep, lovely. Save again. Okay. Okay, we need some painted metal, so let's look into the metal section here. I actually have some, let's look at the materials I have saved here. Do I have anything like painted metal on here? Okay, so we're going to be creating this from scratch. I have rubber, different kinds of rubber and that kind of thing. So, and fabric. I think because the painted metal is pretty extensive. This gunmetal thing might be kind of cool. Little rust on it. This one is kind of nice. I like this one for sure. Let's select that. Let's take a look. Alright, it's going to generate some maps so that we could get it done properly. So I'm going to tell it OK. Go right ahead. Alright, so it's going to generate some maps, some curvature maps. And so that when we apply the material, it's going to look realistic. No, you can apply the material by filling it using, like I'm going to use this green stuff as a mask to fill the layer in, or you could literally go in and paint it with like a brush and get it all nice and painted up and everything. Okay, it's asking me for yet another map, so I'm going to tell it go right ahead. Sure, I'm going to keep everything you know, just default settings. So it has to generate a curvature map and I think like some kind of occlusion map for ambient occlusion. Okay, here we go. So now when it's doing the metal, it's going to look realistic. So this so this is the ambient occlusion layer. So I'm going to keep that on top of everybody. Where's that curvature map? Okay, and there's the cavity map right here. It's normally turned off. It's fine. I'm going to bring it down to my base. I'm going to keep that occlusion layer on top of everything. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down next to the normal map. Right, and that should be turned off. You shouldn't turn that on. Okay, where's our painted metal? Here we go. Right here. Here it is. So let's control the scale of what this looks like. And then we want it green too, right? So different ways to control the scale. You could quickly just scale it like this. So you see that looks really low res, so we want to scale it so we get more detail happening in here. Something like that. So I'm using this little curse, this toolbar up here. Has quick options for it. I don't want the texture to be so tiny that it's overly noisy. But it should be good enough. Okay, I'm liking the effect that I'm having. So I'm just going to go into the actual texture itself. All right, I'm going to right click on here. I'm going to duplicate it. All right, and right click on it and go Smart Material Editor. I'm going to edit it and I'm going to give it Actually, is this the one that I want? Let's cancel that. Let's remove this one. Delete this one. I wanted the painted metal, not the old metal. Okay, what I want is painted. This one right here. There we go. That's even better. I'll try to make the scale of it a little bit smaller. Okay, yeah, I'm going to duplicate this and give this a name. I'm going to put this my initials on, NIK. A pretty hot track. Right, and let's give it that color. Let's give it that green. You could sample back the exact color if that's what you like, but I want to create something that's a little bit different. Like an olive drab. That's what they call it in the military. Press OK. Press save. So you see, give it that olive drab. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna move this to my my folder. Let's go into my folder now. What the? Okay, here we are. So I gotta play with the scales. So this is it, looking at the textures. Let's go into edit again, smart material editor, bring this over here, and we're going to look in here and see what it does. Okay, let's see. We gotta look at these maps here. So noise, yeah, this is a noise, and this controls the scale of the noise and that kind of thing. Sharpness, noise scale. Okay, see here. The texture scale right here. Let's go to noise scale. Let's go back to 1. Press OK. Texture scale. Okay, let's give it something like that. Press yeah, this is fine. Texture scale. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go 30 on that. Ah, let's go 20. I'm liking 20. Press done on that. Okay, so I want more paint than scratches on there. So let's see if we could deal with that. I think that should be with this degree. Yeah, so see there's a little more paint on there than the scratches. And what kind of metal is underneath? Is it a bright metal or is it like a darker metal? So that's the metal thing here. Let's go a little bit dark. You could go a little more red to make it look a little more rusted if you want. And I think there's too much depth going on. Let's go a little more. Let's go a little more copperish. Let's go into white. You see, like, wow, it's made out of gold under there. Wow. Let's go something like that. Press OK. So the degree, let's raise that up. Let's have less scratch. Okay. So I think that's starting to come along a little bit. This is a whole lot here. This is even less. Let's do a little less, right? I think there's too much bump on here. So let's look and see where that's happening. Depth 5, depth 5, depth 0. So the bump, is that the dirt? Let's see if you turn that. Oh yeah, totally. So the bump here, they had it bump upward. I think bumping backward looks cooler. Yeah, taking it down a bit, that looks better. Let's make that metal a little darker. I think dark is kind of cool because he's evil, right? Like something like that. I'm gonna make it more into like kind of like rusted or rusted brownish metal. I think that might look cool. Okay, let's deal with this some more here. So depth, roughness. So how shiny do you want it? I think the roughness on this is fine. The dirt color. So I want the dirt to be a little more towards like greenish blue maybe. Let's see if the dirt is happening. One way to kind of do that is just to give it a funky color and see what the dirt is. Okay, so we've seen what the dirt is. Yeah, go more into kind of bluish. I wanted things to have a kind of hue to it. So I'm kind of digging that a little bit. Let's check the contrast on the paint. Alright, so we could tell it to have more contrast, so it's not as fuzzy, so it's a little sharper. We could do it a little more fuzzy. Fuzzy is kind of cool. Let's do something like this. Edge scatter. So much more of like an edge. Let's give it a little bit of edge scatter. Yeah, this looks really distressed, right? Like, man, yeah, you guys, come on. Don't you guys have a budget for like okay, so paint, roughness, metal. Okay, so the paint on here has like a little bit of, it doesn't have any roughness. Oh, the roughness is being modulated by a noise. Okay, so let's go down. It had it on 1%. I guess there's a reason for that. I'm going to put it on 3. Edge scatter, that's for the edge. Roughness. Metal. See, the dirt has a little bit of a noise on there. Let's go back to the roughness on here. Let's click on this noise texture. Cancel that. Okay, here we are. Let's make the scale a little bit more scaled. Let's go 20 on that. So there's a little more. Okay, and whatever we do here is going to save this and this material, and we could apply it anywhere. Dirt, paint, roughness. Let's see. Edge texture, metal. So that's the dirt noise. Is that what that is? Okay, that's what we were playing with. And if you play with this, you get the different, like, it could be really like messed up like that. I'm gonna do a little less dirt noise on there. Something like so. That's done. I like the dirt noise having a slight blue to it. Probably a little less edge. Maybe there's too much edge happening, like there's edge everywhere. So let's see here. The roughness on this is okay. It's pretty cool. Probably I should raise the roughness on the metal a bit so it's not as shiny. It's a little more spread. If I add a little more red to the metal, maybe that's too much. I mean, if I go more gray, his high metalness, the degree, scatter. Okay, so this is fine for now. Let's save this and let's apply this to this painted metal. So I'm gonna right click on the layer. I'm gonna refill material. So it's gonna fill it. It's gonna fill everything with that. So there you go. See. So we have that on there. That's a good first pass. There's more things we could do. We could add some dirt. Let's add some dirt to the entire model. It already has kind of like an ambient occlusion happening. Let's see what the ambient occlusion does. So if you look in these parts here, if I turn ambient occlusion off, yep. So ambient occlusion actually does add some shading, but we could add more. Man, this guy's beat up. I think I want to have seeing that this is so beat up like this, I want to have the rest of the stuff looking a little newer. Now this doesn't make any sense here. His arm is like completely rigid because of that metal. Okay, we'll figure it out. May have to do something else there. Let's see. Okay, let's add some dirt. So ambient occlusion layer, I'm gonna select that. And let's add some dirt. They have dirt, you know, dirt materials in here, which is kind of cool. So come in here and just add an overall dirt. So we're gonna make a new layer in here. Let's call it dirt. So dirt can actually add as an extra layer of ambient occlusion, but not as neat and clean. So I just made a dirt layer up there. And let's try out the different, they have like literally different kinds of dirt, like dust and all that sort of stuff. I normally like to do that after the fact. But you see, you can add snow to your guy, like, you know, he's been in snow, you can make it like that. You know, like he's been in the desert, so dust collected like in all the working parts there. But this guy's not desert, so I'm not gonna do that. And then you could like put a dust on top of everything, like, but they have it like this, as if like you're sitting in a warehouse. Dust 1, 2. Yeah, look at this dirt. This is even cooler, right? So it actually calls out all the little nooks and crannies. You know, which is the new things that the kids do. I'm just joking. It's pretty cool. I think I might add a layer like that. Let's see what Dust 2 does. Oh, cancel. Well, Dust 2 does the same thing here. It's duplicated. Let's see what Dust 3 does. Dust 3 is a little more subdued. Let's see what Dust 1 is. Yeah, Dust 1 adds an overall dirtiness to the entire thing. So I'm definitely going with that Dust 2. It really calls out like all the little, I mean, he looks really like soiled. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna apply this to this entire layer. So I have the material selected. I'm gonna right click on the layer. I'm gonna full entire layer. So all of him is gonna get that grime and dirt. All right, so it's filling it right now. It just finished. So if you could look in the viewport here, see, it like completely filled them out. So like we're ready to go, right? And we could use tools to kind of erase things and lessen things back. You can even turn the opacity on the layer down, so it's not as, you know, it's not as intense. Let's say right now it's at 100%. Let's go 50. Oh really? 50. Let's see. Make sure this I have the right layer. Okay. Maybe a little less than 50. Let's go 0 on the opacity. Let's see what that does. I should turn that right off. Yep. There you go. Let's go 25 on it. Turn it back up. I'm looking right here in the viewport. Oh, 25 kind of added some nice. Let's go. Instead of 25, let's go 40%. Add some black back in there. Yeah. So to me, this looks nice. Okay. So that's the only dirty part. Like this kind of metal, you know, kind of thing is gonna be like all dirty. Everything we're gonna try to do a little newer. Okay, let's save this. So far, so good. I'm just gonna close this smart material preview right here. So this is what we have in our viewport. Okay, so what else we got here? So we got a painted metal. We're not gonna deal with any of the energized parts. That's gonna be different. Let's deal with the underbelly of this chassis right here. So I believe that's a certain type of metal. Let's look for it. Body. Nope, that's not it. Nope. We're gonna go back to the tippy top. We got some layers we gotta delete anyway. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hide all these nice extra poofy layers. I'm gonna hide the dirt for now. I'm gonna hide the ambient occlusion for now. You know, I just want to get right to the gusto right here with what we're doing. Right, we don't wanna have too much pretties on. We gotta make this average textures look pretty enough. So ambient occlusion. Let's see, layer 1, what does I have on there? So, okay, so any layer that doesn't have anything noticeable, I'm gonna get rid of it. So layer 1 doesn't have anything, let's clear that. Okay, Warlord base A doesn't have anything on there. We're gonna get rid of that. Okay, it's head 0. Okay, so this now has some of that metal. So just gonna take that. Head 0, 1, yep. So we're gonna start getting this metal in here. And this is gonna be like a raw metal, right? Okay, some of that raw metal is happening back there too. Yep, some more of that. Nope, we're gonna leave that blue metal for something else. Yep, all this is that same kind of raw metal color. Okay, we're bringing it back into... I'm gonna color the inside here a different thing. So leave that out. See, this should be the back. Yep, leave that out. These two belong together. I'm gonna leave that out. As a matter of fact, I could turn these on and tell it to merge down into one and call this this is like a, you know, like where the energy comes from or something. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call that like power cable or something. Power cable diff. Yep, I'm gonna leave that alone. So far we just want all this black, kind of black gunmetal type texture. Okay, I think volume 408. Don't know what that does. Let's look and see if it does anything. I don't see it anywhere. Let's check this one out. It's another one. Okay, so I think these two layers are... As a matter of fact, all these three layers don't do anything. We're gonna get rid of them. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Chassis copy. Okay, so we got another black metal thing happening here. I'm thinking that of course the joints are going to be this kind of rubberized rubber, so there's not going to be a metal. What's this volume? What does this do? I believe this is another empty layer. Oh, nope, this has something. Let's go back there. Yep, and this is that same blue metal. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna merge these together. Merge down. And this had the same kind of metal too, so I'm gonna grab this here, merge down. It's kind of like a blue steel. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't mess something up here. Eh, let's see here. Hold on here, I gotta back up a bit. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, merging these down. So I'm trying to throw all the similar materials onto the same layer. Okay, turn that off. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, that's a similar. Well, I think the hand should be like a rubber. So let's keep that metal. Let's keep that like that. Okay. Okay, this should definitely be that gunmetal. Okay, that's that rubber. No, this should probably stay rubber. Let's turn that off. So this probably should be metal. No, that should stay soft. This should stay soft. The back leg should be metal. You zoom in here. Okay, this could be metal also. Aha, this is what I was looking for. Okay. I believe we have all our raw hard metal pieces. Okay, let's totally bring these together. I'm just gonna put all these up here. We can always change the color of all these, you know. It's all good because these are materials that exist that we're saving as we go. So if we decide he wants to be red or orange or like purple or something, we could do it. So this is going to be one material. The only bad thing about merging these is if like we want an individual piece to be something, then we cannot do it. You know, I don't mind, you know, whatever, you know, we could always come over, like you could always come over and paint and brush certain paint, you know, you could paint certain things here. Oh, that's layer menu looks very Photoshop. Yeah, Photoshop, yeah, you're right. Yeah, which makes sense because few creators copied Photoshop's interface. Or did they? Do tell more. I didn't know that. They probably went with an interface that a lot of people would be accustomed to, right? Which is like Photoshop. Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, we're gonna start merging these. I'm looking at this icon here. Is this merge? I'm gonna save. Come on, save. Yeah, Malor. Yeah, that's very interesting what you said there. So, yeah, are they really trying to copy? Did they really set out to do that, to copy Photoshop's interface? That's why a lot of people, I guess, like to use the texture painting part of it. This looks like merged down to me. Let me try it. Yep, it is. Oh snap! I'm merging down even quicker than right-clicking in a menu. So I'm merging on all these layers. I'm gonna make it into a hard black metal layer. Okay, so that's good. I'm gonna call this call this hard metal. Hard raw. Diff. Oh yeah, read through the 3D code forums. Okay. And the creator was very inspired by Photoshop. Wow, that is so cool. Hit and miss in my opinion. Yeah, right. I think they're from the Ukraine, man. You know, so like they're from Ukraine, so yeah, some parts works well, some not so much. Yeah, I think like with the war and everything, it kind of slowed down the row and some of this stuff. I think the more people that use it, and you know, the more support they get, the faster they would get to like making 3D code even better. Because it seems like they're really I know the creator guy, like the guy that you mentioned there, he seems very interested in making this tool really work really well for people, and to, you know, the interface to be even better. Okay, so I just did a test there. I just hit the metal, everything is disappeared. Put it back on, everything reappears. Just double checking. Okay, so we're ready to metal this up. Just save, seeing that we got it working. Ah, come on, buddy. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's really interesting. You've been on the forums too, Merlor? Hey, Merlor, do you have any do you have any other art or drawings or whatever it is you want us to take a look at? You know, we could do that here. No big deals. Or if not, you could, you know, no big deals. Either way. Okay, so I'm gonna add that metal. Let's look for it. So we'll go metal. Okay, we have tons of different metals here we could work with, but Let's see which one is going to look the coolest, right? Let's try this gunmetal. It's pretty subtle. Look at that. Let's do a scale on this. Okay, so I spent a fair bit of time just reading the forums. Wow, that's, yeah. Yeah, that's very cool. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to, what other kind of metals they have in here? Steel. See what a steel does here. I'm liking the steel. I think I'm going to use this, guys. Yeah, let's use the steel. I'm going to duplicate this and make our own steel. Oh, there's two types of steel. I have this steel and then this steel. Yeah, the 3D code forums are pretty cool. What's the difference between this steel and this steel? Oh, this is lighter. Yeah, let's go with this one. This one seems there's more contour happening here. So I'm gonna duplicate this guy. And let's give this guy a name. Smart Material Editor, and let's put my initial on there. Oh yeah, you like it? Yeah, man. I hope it comes through really clear on the stream here, and it's not too choppy. I know I was having some internet problems earlier. Okay, I'm gonna move this over to my folder. All right, and let's go into my folder here. Looking good? You like that? Okay. Let's just edit the material. Let's get the material working good. Let's see which one is this. This is layer 1. Oops. Let's check the scale on this. Okay, so this is the overall scale of that. Let's go to our 30 here. It's done. Texture, depth, roughness. Okay, let's click on this one. Let's go 30 on this one too. Oh, this is actually 75 already. Done. Is there overall scale on this thing? Let's try. I'm gonna try scaling this down a little bit more. That's really fine. Okay, let's go 20 on that. Done. Let's do the same thing for this one. Let's go 20. Done. I think this one might actually... Ah, let's go 20 on that. Done. The roughness. Yeah, this might actually affect it, right? Yeah, really? 20. Also, it's just literally controlled by this thing. Okay. I'm looking at the depth here. Probably 20 is too much. Let's go a depth of let's go 10 on that. Yeah, that's a little nicer. And let's change the color of the steel here. Let's go a little dark. Let's go a little more into the blue. It's okay. So let's go a little more into black. And I just want to change this back to kind of like the black steel that we had. Okay. And let's see here, the edge, degree of edge. Give it a little more edge. This is kind of what I was going for right here. Let's make it a little lighter. Something like so. It's kind of like trying to balance, you know, to make things look real, as realistic, not real, realistic. That's the one thing I've learned, like when you do visualization over years, you learn not to use the word real. Because real is subjective. What some people consider real, but you want something to look realistic, which is a little more telling. Roughness, depth. I think this looks great. Let's punch up the edge a little bit more in this. Yeah, I think this looks great right here. Okay, so I'm gonna save this. I'm just gonna let's fill okay, let's fill refill material on here. So it's gonna fill everything like that. Okay, here we go. So that's a hardened steel. Come on, baby, you can do it. Yeah, that's that hardened steel right here. Yeah, that hardened black steel. Save. Okay, so we want some rubber and then we want some blue steel. It makes sense that the back here will be hardened because it's contact with the ground. Kinda. Okay. Let's look for all the rubber parts. If we put the cavity map back on, you know, then we get some. Oh, that's gotta stay off. My bad. If we turn the ambient occlusion back on, then we get some more depth, and we turn the dirt back on, you know, then everything is looking quite peachy, but we're gonna turn those off for now. And then we got to do some edges and some scratches, and I think we'll be part of the way there. I think I might do some manual painting for certain parts. Okay, let's see here. Okay, as far as artwork goes, I suppose I could share something else. This model was done entirely in Nomad Sculpt on my Android. Oh wow, use Nomad Sculpt, that's cool. Yeah, you don't always have to share when you come on here. I just want to leave it open that you could if you want to. Let's check this out. Whoa, dude, this is awesome. Oh, look at this, guys. You did this in Nomad Sculpt? Wow. I love it. It's like, it's kind of like a bulldog almost. Flying like this pretty cool, yeah, pretty cool put together like jet engine vehicle. I love it. I don't know if this will make me, I don't think this will take me full screen. Yeah, I think it's something to do with the viewer in here. But this is awesome though. Merlot, you have outdone yourself. I love it. I could imagine it being animated and, you know, the thing kind of hovering up and down, his scarf blowing in the wind. And he's pointing forward. I like the storytelling. He's pointing forward to where he's gonna go. This looks totally like an adventure that's about to happen right here. Dude, you know what this looks like? This looks like that game, Biomutant. Have you ever... I played that game. Have you ever seen that game, Biomutant? It has this kind of like look to it. I love it. Malore, very awesome. Hey, look over there. Like it. I love the colors too. It's almost like a pod racer almost. Okay guys, let's get some rubber parts here. Okay, so that's there. Click on upper arm. Does upper arm have any? Okay, let's get rid of upper arm. Oh, let's undo that for a minute. Let's see, the upper arm is not doing anything. Get rid of that. Shoulder joint. Okay, here we are. The first piece of rubber. I know. Oh, I know. Biomutant. Also, it reminds me of the discussion we had about anime. Yep. Yeah, you know the Astro Boy inspired anime. You showed me. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I love that bulldog character you made. If you look at it, like that stylized character that you have on the kind of like on the pod racer type thing, that's what's in style now. A lot of people, a lot of like Biomutant and like the, you know, like the kind of anime, kind of soft, rounded styles. People love that stuff, man. They eat it up for breakfast. You know, I like that stuff. I think it's pretty cool. Then we got another like piece of rubber here. Okay, that's different. Okay, this should be rubberized here. This should be rubberized also. You see, now that I'm watching it, you see like the hand, the entire hand should be rubberized because it's flexible, right? You don't want this wrist to be stiff, so that might be a design thing that I have to work out. Or it could be like an organic metal, as usual. Okay, all these parts here are rubber, 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 rubber. Yep, another rubber part. Yep, another rubber part. Nope, that remains steel. Actually, this part's supposed to be right up here with these guys. See, yep, I want to merge this down. Merge down. That's blue steel. I'm gonna name that. Not to be confused with Zoolander blue steel. It's a different blue steel. Okay, another rubber piece here. Yeah, all this could be rubber. That's fine. Yeah, you know, like I had this as a different kind of thing and not rubberized. You know, but it would make sense that it is rubberized. We'll see where this leads to, if it'll look crummy or not. shoulder joint. Where is that? Okay, so this is the empty layer. Let's get rid of that. Muscle joint. Okay, that's another piece of rubber. That's another piece of rubber. Lower forearm. Okay, so this looks like something that's it's not working. Let's get rid of that. Just double checking. Okay, so this is a power element. Call this arm weapon. Okay, let's see what else we have rubberized. Let's hide this guy. Body? What does body have in it? I don't see anything turning off. One also body. Let's get rid of that. Right arm. Okay, there's a little bit of something in there. I'll leave that. That's kind of rubberized. Yeah, there's a little something in there. Okay, so all this is supposed to be rubber. This is joint copy. Okay, that's a piece. Okay. Alright, let's just put these pieces up here. Okay, we can merge all this. This will get rid of a lot of like waste right here. I'm almost hesitant to do this one because I like the distinction between here, but let's just go right ahead and be brave. I mean, this could very well be like a, you know, like a green or something like that, or some other color. I mean, it's very monotone color so far. Come on, Nick, bite the bullet and do it. Oh, okay, yeah. I remember when you first apply a shiny rubber texture to the legs. It looks like it was wearing latex stockings. It was funny. Yeah, man. Hey, we're all about that, man. If the robot have a little sexiness thrown in there, yeah. Why not a sexy killer robot? That's funny. I'm going to try to keep certain parts of this isolated. Merge that down. Okay. Yeah, see, this is the part I don't know if I should merge. I'm going to leave that last. Right arm? What's in right arm? Oh, that part. Okay. Merge down. Merge down. Merge down. Okay, let's call this rubber. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah. Shiny rubber stockings. Yeah. I'm all into that. Just not to get too creepy on you. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so there's a little smudge right there, so I'm gonna see if I can clean that up right here. Let's see. So that's part of painted metal. I'm just gonna erase that. Let's go into painted metal diff. I'm coming here into with the eraser, and you know what? We could just do something like this and see if it'll just get rid of it. Yeah, it did. All right, so we got rid of that. Let's go back into rubber joint. All right, and I'm just gonna put just a basic color on there. Remember, this is you know, this is more or less a mask at this point. I'm just gonna do X on here. Yeah, very Photoshop-like my Lord pointed out. Brush, 100%, okay. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm gonna drop rubber on this, and I'm gonna treat this leg thing as something different because I'm just a little scared to just put it all rubber. It just looks stupid. It should really be a color or something. Should be some other interesting shape should be happening in here. Maybe you know, if I developed it some more, maybe like these hard pieces here could have been, you know, some sort of separated color. Okay, so we got all the rubber joints. Let's see if we can make it rubber now. I think I have several different rubber things in here. Yep, I have like blue rubber, green rubber. This sounds funny, me saying it like this. I have like a red rubber. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, this is standard. Let's show you what the green looks like. Oh, there's a little edge to the green. I like that. And the blue one has a little edge to it also. Okay, so let's make a duplicate and let's make a black. So we're gonna duplicate this. I'm gonna right click on there, smart material edit. I'll just make a, I don't know, what are the others called? Call this black or something. Whatever. That's okay. Okay, so the lightest layer, this is shifted over into gray. Let's keep the dirt blue. Let's shift this over into black. Not complete black, but a slightly like slate black. Oh, this didn't work. Shift that. Okay, the dirt is what gives it its nice characteristics. So let's come here, let's do something like this. Yeah, all of a sudden it's getting like a brown happening here. Okay, I think I want to get it into like a little kind of purplish. Maybe more of a bluish purplish dirt color. Let's go more like this purple here. Let's make the rubber a little bit lighter. Show a little color in this. Yeah, so I'm just mixing like little colors in here just to give it like slightly different little properties, but you don't want to overdo it too much, right? With, you know, making it too thing. A little worn out. I think this works. Let's go with this one. So this is all black with a little purplish dirt going on. Save this. Okay, we want to fill we fill material on this, on the rubber joint stuff. So it's gonna fill just that. So it just did it. Let's see what we got. Yeah, so I'm digging that rubberized look there. Let's try it on the legs. All right, let's try it on the legs. This is what I was dreading, but we're gonna try it anyway. Refill material on that. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, it really is a gun platform, right? With like a squid-like legs. But maybe it should be a color, right? So we could like introduce some like green rubber in there. Let's try that. Let's use this green rubber that I already have and see what that looks like. Yeah, so maybe that green rubber could be a little bit darker. So I'm gonna take the same black rubber and I'm gonna change it to like a different kind of green. Let's do that. So it's like two-tone, two kind of rubber. Two kind of. Anyways, come on, Nick, keep your head together. Let's do this. Let's duplicate that. So let's go to smart edit. Let's call this green 02. See what that looks like. Just on legs. Go like that. I'm gonna keep the dirt. I'm gonna keep the dirt kind of purplish. We're just changing the color and things. Come on. Okay, so I think it's got to be a little bit richer. And a little bit more drabbed out. Probably closer to black than anything, right? Yeah. Probably closer to black. Oh yeah, sure, Mulo. What do you want to ask? Yeah, ask away, my friend. So rubber, dirt, layer, degree. Let's give this a little more wear on this. Let's give it a little more edge. There you go, something like that. And I'm gonna go a little more into yellow on this guy. Something like that. Let's make it a little bit lighter. So it's kind of matching this a little bit. That's okay. Let's go a little bit to more of that green. That bluish green. Now, have you tried other texturing tools such as Marmoset, Toolbag, Substance Painter, Mari, Armor Paint? Does 3D Code Textura compared to them? I haven't tried any other texturing tools. So I came from like real old school, right? Just, you know, you export like a UV texture map, and then you do it in Photoshop and that kind of thing. And then Blender was the closest thing. So in Blender, I would do this, something like this, like what I'm doing here. Yeah, so what I'm kind of doing right now in 3D Code, I'll do it in Blender. You know, trying to do all the texturing there and that kind of thing. But 3D Code is a lot more streamlined, right? Blender's an all-around tool. Mama said tool bag and that kind of thing. I think those are cool. I think texture. Yeah, the old school exactly in Photoshop. Yeah, man, that's how it was done, man. So I jumped straight from that into like trying to do it in 3D Studio Max, but it's not as good in 3D Studio Max. 3D Studio Max has a little bit of like texture thing, but Blender definitely hands down. And then of course even better is 3D Code here. And I think Mama said tool bag and Mari. I wanted to get into Mari, Substance Painter and all that. Substance Painter is amazing from what I've seen. Armor Paint. I looked at Armor Paint, you know, a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, I can't really compare them because I haven't actually used those in any real way. You know, but it's things that I looked at, you know, if you want to know. I mean, I think they're pretty cool tools out there. Absolutely. So yeah. Yep, Armor Paint did look promising. Yeah, it's from the same guys who made the Blender game engine, right? You never updated it? Wow, it's still like 1 year per. Wow. Yeah, I think those guys was working on a game engine also that I tried to use. I'm trying to get a color to match up between black and the green. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, Armor Paint looked promising. Yeah, I would totally agree with that. You know, but just like what you said, you know, like it didn't seem like they were like updating it as maybe it should have been, and it just seemed kind of weird. Even I think Armor Paint was made for the Armory game engine, right? Also, so I tried using Armory, and you know, and whatever, you know, it just didn't work out that way. No, look at that. It could get a little more shiny on there. A little more dirt on here. I think maybe the legs could be a little darker. Something like so. I think this will work. Let's press save. So it's like a darker one rubber on the legs. I'm glad I didn't merge the legs together. There was another texture tool by Unreal called Quixel. Yeah, Quixel Megascans or Quixel Mixer. Okay. Quixel Mixer was a texturing. You could do texturing on it, or was it like being able to make materials? I didn't dive into that, but I heard about it. But was really good. Okay, and free. Oh, it was free. I didn't know that. Really? Full texturing, okay. But again, they stopped updating it. I would have used it. The only thing is that it was missing is that you couldn't have mirrored textures, okay. You know which texturing tool if I was to use besides this? I'll try Mari only because, you know, I feel like, you know, Weather developed Mari and it feels like it would be like a higher standard tool, you know, but I could be wrong. Everybody's using Substance Painter and Designer and all that, but what do you think? But that's amazing. Let's fill this layer here. Refill material. Just hit that. Okay, here we go. Let's see what this looks like. I'm happy with this. This part does look like stockings though. Maybe it could be a little bit darker. Yeah, Mari. The guy's looking fresh. Thanks. Phil, smart. I think I'm gonna make this green a little bit darker. Let's go a little bit drabber, a little bit darker. Okay. Make the scuff a little bit darker. Save. Okay, let's just try it one more time. Refill material. Yes, okay. Yeah, Mari is used by industry professionals. I hear it's crazy good. Okay, yeah, I was thinking something like that. Bought myself a Substance Painter license. Oh, okay. So use Substance. I hate Adobe. Didn't Adobe try to make something? Or didn't they like make it where Photoshop could do texturing or something like that? I can't remember. But it's most decent tool on lots of tutorials. Oh, okay. They do a lot of questionable things. You're right. Okay guys, so I think like we got most of the main texturing out of the way with this guy. Let's save. I think the darker legs work with the overall feel of everything. So you want hierarchy, right? I don't want everything popping at you. So the top part here with the metal is, and then the rubber is darker. So I'm gonna put rubber legs. And his legs is bendable, so it makes sense. Okay, look at that. We're down to like very little bit of layers, which makes sense for what it is we're doing. Just make sure it's safe. Okay, let's see here. So we just have a few things to clean up. Let's see what these joints are. So this is the top part of this. This is supposed to be on the hard metal. Let's take this. Actually, it's supposed to be on a painted metal. Okay. Let's take this guy and drop him down. Merge down. Alright, so this is on the painted metal. I'm gonna refill this with this painted metal layer. See if we can refill metal material. Oops, I felt like we lost something here. Hold on. Control Z. Ah, we lost something on that. What's going on with this? Why did that change? I'm just gonna leave this, cancel. I like what I have here, so I'm not gonna screw around with it. Did you say something had to sit? Oh, 3 minutes of ads. Yeah, sorry about that, man. I've been working on an ad situation for a minute. It doesn't really help me right now. And I don't think I make a whole lot in the ads or anything like that. But if there's a ton of people in here, it would help. But you know, so I don't know. Let me see if I could. If an ad is popping up, just let me know and I'll try to delay it. Let's see here. Where's the ad control? Hold on here. Activity feed. Oh, ad manager. Okay. Yeah. So if an ad is about to pop up, just let me know and I'll pause it. Yeah. Sorry about that, man. Like, I'm not sure, like, the way how it's set up here. I'm not sure how to go about. I have to probably look at a tutorial how to mitigate these ads a bit. Twitch pockets. Okay. Yeah. Going to do it like. I just, you know. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. I think I spoke about it in a couple of videos before. So, you know, it would only help me if I had like maybe like 1,000 people watching me. Then the ads would actually make, you know, would help me out financially and all that. But for right now, it's kind of, it's cool, you know. I mean, yeah, I get a few cents here and there, but you know, I'm not complaining, but I don't want it to discourage anyone that wants to watch what I'm doing. So I'm gonna have to work on that. Yeah. I forgot what I was saying earlier, but I probably was agreeing with what you typed in terms of Adobe does a lot of questionable things, right? They have like 3D in there and all that sort of stuff. Okay, we're almost down to the end here. We have this head weapon. We have this weapon here. Let's we could keep those separate. We don't have to merge those. Oh, we can merge them. Let's just merge them. Merge down. Let's just call it weapon. Energy weapon. That's all the energy weapon parts here. And let's see. We got some more joint action happening here. Let's grab this joint action. Let's put this into painted metal. Let's merge down. There we go. Okay, so we got like this cables here. Okay, so I do have a pink illumination. Let's see what that looks like. Refill material. Oh yeah, I'm liking that. Let's put that on the power weapons also. Energy weapon. Refill material. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, this is gonna work right there. But this energy weapon, I want this completely on top of everything, because it's got to be lit, right? Lit in terms of actually being lit up, not lit in terms of being cool. Let's see here. So I want this to be, you could tell, I want this to be emission. Standard blend, multiply, darken screen, overlay. Use as emissive. There you go. There you go. So it's now emissive. What that means is it's treating that layer as a light. Okay, so I think the last bastion is blue steel. Yeah, so Molor, or anyone that's watching me, if there's anything I could do to the channel to make it much more interesting, whether it be me being a little more quiet, or, you know, maybe I'm coming across intimidating, I don't know. Or maybe not. Maybe I should be more action-packed, or whether it be ads, or whatever it is, just let me know. You know, leave me a comment. I have a suggestion box here. If you look at the beginning of the channel, there's a little suggestion box in there. And, yeah, just, you know, say, hey, xsinick, you know, can we, you know, could you do this or that? And then I'll see what I could do. Okay, so we have like regular steel here. Oh, look at this. I have a metal. What is that about? Painted metal. Let's go back into like some, let's get something shiny up in here. This should be shiny. So we're going back to their metal library. Oh, look at these shiny metals. Ooh, that's some shines. It's pretty shiny. But should it be blue steel though? I've been thinking about it. You have a great channel and I've been thinking how you can get more viewers. After looking at all, okay, hold on. All the other channels, I have come to the conclusion that you should give the female bear on the left some. You know what? I spoke to other people about that. Really, because she needs a makeover. Like I was going to give her long curly hair, and you know, like John furry rack. But I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that might line up with my Christian values. But definitely something. I mean, I asked, right? So there you go. I'm not sure, man. Like, you know, I seriously, I took it into serious consideration. Yes. And I think you're right. Right? I think that might be the downfall of Twitch if they not careful, allowing too many, you know, it's not like Pornhub up in here, right? You get like people who are just regular guys playing games, and you know, and if you have other guys watching, and then you have these, you know, chicks come on here. I'm not complaining too much. I mean, it's all in the name of art, right? But if they come on here and they're in tubs and they're doing different things, I mean, which one you rather? You rather watch a, you know, green talking bear, you know, doing art, or you rather watch somebody like bouncing up and down? You know, it's kind of like, especially if you're, you know, like you're young, like adolescent or teenager, you're gonna choose the latter. So it's like, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, massive furry rack. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do xsinick that. You know, I mean, she might be opposed to that, but who knows, huh? But I seriously thought about that, just so that you know. Oh, look at this steel. Christian value stream, just having a laugh. Right? But it's a very common thing on Twitch. Yep, yeah, you're right. Yeah, like you said, I'm not a fan either. Most popular streams are bathtub. Yeah, streams, yeah. It's kind of run the feng shui of Twitch. Yeah. It could kind of, you know, it's cool in moderation, right? But it's kind of like you're competing against those guys immediately. So, you know, I mean, I'm not one to say, well, you know, I mean, freedom of speech and expression to a degree, right? So, you know, so yeah, I'm not gonna complain about it. Just, you know, you just immediately compete against that. That's what it is. I mean, I could complain about it, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to come across, you know, like I'm griping for no reason or whatever. I mean, it's for a reason, just, you know, don't come across gripey. See, smart material. Okay, this is the last material we're making here. My initial on it. right? And I'll call this instead of copper, let's call this blue steel or something. You know, my thing is there's other sites for that. You know, there's so many other sites for that. So, you know, this to have like this thing be that also, you know, it kind of, you know, as you said, it kind of steals some of the feng shui of that. That's my thing. If somebody was to ask me, I'll be like, yeah, you know, it's like there's other sites. There's tons of sites for that already. And it kind of steals away, you know. It steals away the focus, you know, or maybe they look at it, it brings people in, you know. I don't know. Agree. Why look at that version when you could just go for the real thing? Yeah, something like that, you know. Even on those other sites, you know, they have different versions, you know. So. Wait a minute, I see some green in here. Is this copper? Is this trying to... Oh, this is trying to oxidize the copper. Okay. Well, that's interesting, a little oxidization. Oh, give it a little tinge right there. And come with the light right here. Oh, look at that. That's some blue steel happening there. Probably a little too blue. Come like into here. Let's do something like this. Well, I'm liking it. What do you think about that? Yeah, that's pretty snazzy, isn't it? Let's go more into this blue like this. So. Let's keep that green in there. Let's play with this noise here. Let's go 20% on that bad boy. Oh yeah. Let's check this roughness out. Let's go another 20% on that roughness. Let's go 30 on that guy. Put done. Oh yeah, I'm digging this steel right here. Let's save that and let's apply it. Blue steel. Let's see. Refill material. Very slick, xsinick. You could say, yeah. Yes, exactly. Very slick, xsinick. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, he just has like these metallic steel flaps. Man, now that I'm looking at it, you know, maybe this should have, maybe the part here should have some of that. No, let's just keep it to this. Yeah, it's really odd colored, right? Like the color is like off. I was like, oh man, look at this. God, the color is like all kinds of crazy. Let's see here. Okay, rubber parts here. I think the legs need to be darker. I don't know why. Let's go back to that rubber. Oh, did I have my blue steel here? Let me move that over to my folder. Blue steel. Let's go into my folder here and let's take a look at those rubber legs. Rubber green. I feel like it needs to be darker. I don't know why. Let's take a looky-see. Looky-loo. It's a smart edit. Okay, let's go dark. Man, that's some dark green right there. I have a feeling, let's see. I don't know. Should it be lighter maybe? Let me just go back lighter. Maybe it does want to be lighter. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it needs to, maybe it wants to be lighter, right? Okay, let's save this. Just gonna apply it. Yeah, lighter is better. Look at that. Yeah, it kind of calls it out a little bit. Right? It kind of balances it. The dark was too much. I'm thinking like the rubber wants to be darker for some reason, to be knocked. It wants to be knocked back. So I'm gonna go back into this black. Go into the rubber joints. Yeah, let's make this a little darker. Or maybe it stays like that. Let's just let's put the dirt back on. Let's put ambient occlusion back on. Let's put dirt back on. Let's close this. I think this is fine. Yeah, I shouldn't make that darker. I should just leave it as is. Okay, it kind of calls out the detail. Okay, let's save this. Well, let's see what else we could do. Let's add some surface scratches. Well, so now we could play with some of these layers here. We have a dirt layer. Let's add a scratch layer. Now if you notice, I just added this to the stuff without actually coming in and painting by hand, like with a brush. No, you could paint by hand with a brush, so don't feel like you can't do that in here. It's just I haven't, and I chose not to do that. Let's go here into, let's see here, scratches. Let's see this one. Ooh. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm liking this rusted scratch. Look at that thing. Let's put this up here. Man, this guy's all kinds of dirty. There's all kinds of rusted out. I don't know why I like this. Yeah, you have the regular white scratches, which is fine, just fine. I presume I presume it's a lot like other software where you can drag a texture on a certain mask. Yep, group. Yep, that's right. Based on the ones you made. During baking, yeah, yep. Yeah, totally. Yeah, you can mask things out. You could, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 100% correct there. Yeah, baking, yep. Also heard that 3D code as one of the best hand painting tools. Yeah, definitely. The hand paint tools are right here. I was wondering if to use some of that. Let's do a little scratches on here. I'm gonna use this kind of rusted scratch. I like the effect it has. So let's put the degree of it down a bit. Let's notch it up just a smidgen. I like the effect it's having on the rubber and nowhere else. So let's put that on the rubber. I'm gonna turn the scale on this down to like 50%, so it's a little. Let's save that, and I'm gonna have to take the rubber joints, put them below the painted metal, and then bring this and then apply it to the scratch layer. Let's go let's fill the entire layer. Okay, so we could get rid of this. So the entire layer has a scratch, but if I put it below everything and just have it only on the rubber, then it will just isolate it to the rubber. Yep, there you go. It isolated it just to the rubber. Which makes sense. The rubber has a lot of wear and tear on it also. Okay, I think this guy's like all, you know, batted up. I normally try not to do characters that's so beat up with a bunch of like nicks and dings and dents. I think it looks stupid, but I think this guy is snazzy the way he is. So dirt layer is 40%. We have a little bit of scratches. I think this guy's good to go. Let's get him into Blender. Really like the rust wear effect. Really gives him some character. Yeah, for sure. Like he's been you know, like rust dust on the things that should be. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, let's go. Let's keep it like this, and let's save and export this to Blender. Just stop beating around the bush and get straight to it. These are the paint objects. And this is, remember, this is a low resolution auto-generated model. Okay, let's get this into Blender. File, export, objects and textures, right? And I should have like a Blender preset in here. Blender cycles, yep. I want emissive, we don't need displacement, we could get rid of this. Emissive, normal map, roughness, metal, metalness, and diffuse. I'm gonna make sure all these are the JPEGs. I don't need them PNGs. Try to keep everything low cost for the engine. We could always later on release like a remastered version with higher resolution textures. Okay, this goes into emissive, this goes into tangent, normal, roughness, metalness, color. Okay, this looks fine. Let's see the geometry. Let's save this out. We're getting there, guys. We're getting into Blender. Work files. So we're going here into. Let's go Blender assets. Stick with 3D code. 3D code assets, export, and this enemies. Yep, here we go. So this is Warlord. Warlord A. Okay, just gonna save out to that. Everything else should be fine, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just export. So things that I've learned in 3D Code doing this particular character. One, if you have, so this character is not completely symmetrical, he's partly symmetrical. I think we call it asymmetry or something. So if you have something like that, you got to build back the character in 3D Coat, right? So you have the symmetrical parts you mirror, and you mirror it back in the Retoper room. You got to build back the character in there, and then then you have all the efficiencies of having one half of the textures on one texture map and all the unique elements on a separate thing. So we're gonna leave this right here for now. This looks great in 3D Coat. You know what? Let's hit a render. Let's render this guy. So we have all the maps turned on here. If we go into render view, does this show it? Render? Oh, there you go. Ooh, sexy. So let's see. I have a secondary blue light. I don't know where that is. Oh, it's right here. Okay, let's deal with the depth of field here. Just making a pretty picture. So yeah, that's a cool picture. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Okay, let's get this guy into Blender. Okay, you can make pretty pictures in 3D Code all day long. It doesn't matter unless it looks like that in the game engine. File, import. Now you could go directly from 3D Code into whatever game engine you like because they have a GLTF file format. You know, if your game engine takes that, then it's great. You know, so I use Godot, and that takes GLTF, so I could go directly from there into there. But in Blender, I need to put bones, right? You can't do bones and stuff in 3D, in 3D Code. You know, it's outside of what it does. Oh, posture check, thanks. Posture check. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to do the posture check camera. It's been a while since I think somebody did hydrate and I didn't see it until last minute, but Milo did posture check, so let's do a posture check. Okay, here we go. Oh look, man, I look like the max. Let's go. Posture check. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's bring this bad boy in. Resume. Oh, look at that. He made it in. Let's see if the texture came in. All his textures came in. Wow, very successful. I would say this is definitely something to celebrate. Drake, where you at? Go into shading. Oh, there's an error. Hold on. Okay, let's go here. We don't necessarily want Eevee, we want cycles. We want a GPU compute. Just select this. Lovely. Okay, let's see here. Warlord texture, normal map. Okay, got a normal map in here. Okay, we missed an emission. Which one is this one? Roughness. Okay, we want a roughness and roughness. Okay, got a texture, we got a color. Okay, let's look for metalness. Specularity should be 0.5. Let's go back to Eevee here. Oh, wait a minute, what did we export that as? Okay, the image size seems fine. Okay, let's start I'm gonna try to debug this a little bit. Doesn't even look like the normal map is doing jack. Oh, okay. It is doing something. Yeah, where's my mission? Okay. Okay, I see there's different things in here for this. Metalness. Get the emission. Yeah, I realize sometimes with this I have to turn the normals up and stuff, which is a little weird. You know, so ideally I would like, you know, all of this to be in one texture, but hey, let's just roll with what we got so far. Okay, I'm just kind of organizing the parts here. Okay, this is a bad guy in Blender. Okay, let's check the scale on this. So the scale in my in the game here is so a box is a person's size, so this guy is enormous. Okay, so I'm thinking the bones are gonna take some work to figure out how he's jointed, or the best kind of joint for him. And it's gonna take probably a lot of weight painting. I want to try something. So Adobe does have, does have a service where you could take models and it'll try to joint them and that kind of thing. So we'll dump it into there too and see what it does there. Okay, we're gonna jump off now, but okay, made a little progress. Out of 3D code into black. That definitely. Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot, man. Yeah, like we're getting there. You know. Yet another character down. I hope you have a really good night or really great rest of your day. Wherever you're at, Merlor. And thanks for stopping by, Yeah, good night, yeah. Absolutely. And thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing your artwork, You do really good work. You're a great artist. Have a good night. Hey, we all in this together. At least that's what I want to think. I wonder how the Adobe Animate library will handle this. There's a lot has to happen here with this model though. Okay, I'm gonna have to hinge this joint somewhere different. Wow, it's not deforming? Okay, here we go. Okay, so there's some work I gotta do on this. Okay, so I'm gonna have to work on this some more. Obviously. Yep. So we're gonna have to do some weight painting and that kind of thing. I won't bore you guys. I'll just probably cut straight to the chase and try to do it, you know, on my time. Alright guys, so that's it for now. This was a lot of fun. You know, at least we get the base guy in here, which is kind of cool. You know, this is what it is in Blender. Yeah, so we got it from 3D code into Blender. I got the textures, working and that kind of thing, and you know, it's just basically to have him all boned up, all enveloped up, apply some animations, and drop this bad boy into the game engine to see what it looks like. So far so good, you know. Yeah, so far so good. So thanks for checking me out in the stream. It was a lot of fun. Thanks to Molor for stopping by again and telling me to do a posture check and us checking out some of his art, which is always fun. Alright guys, God bless. See you later. Peace. xsinick is out. And God willing, hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to see this guy in some sort of action doing something. Alright then. Okay. Peace and God bless.